Hey, Wayne the Wordtoons guy here. If you can write, you can draw. And so we're going to do butterfly, which seemed like a pretty long one and a difficult one to do, and I thought I had no chance. But, I had a different idea how it might work. So, and if you like butterfly, maybe you might like also the worm, the snail, and maybe even the fly. So I'll put those links down below. So there we go, the word.
Oh.
Okay, so let's get to it. Where to start? All right, so I'm going to start here, right between the T's, and around like that. So you can see there's a lot of letters, so how's it going to turn into a butterfly? It's looking like some eyes, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to circle that around like that. Okay. So, and around like that, a little bit closer, and then we want to bring this down and up. So, well, a butterfly is a butterfly, but because it's such a big word, I had to think a little bit beyond just the butterfly. So, what is a butterfly? Well, they start out as a caterpillar, and then they end up as a butterfly. So, that's what I'm doing with the whole word. All right, so there you can see it's turning out as a butterfly. Now what we're going to do, we're going to colour him in, so the eyes coloured in there. Alright, and then there we go. So that's his head. So, and we want to get the black and white sort of look with him. So to make sure we get the white ones done, I colour the end, and then these two narrow ones here. So then we don't make a mistake in colouring one of the wrong ones out of order. There we go. So he's looking good. There's our caterpillar, and then let's do his little caterpillar feelers. Make them a little bit more fun and cartoony. We could just put a blob on the end, but it's more fun to make them a bit of a curl. Make that one a little bit different. There we go. And now what about this line? Doesn't make sense. So how do we make it make sense? Well, we give it a purpose, something to do with the caterpillar, and follow that around like that, around, and then curve it like that. Okay, so here we go. And now I'm going, curve it around, and then it's going to curve that way. All right, and then this one is going to continue, but a little curve down to there. So the caterpillar's he's hanging off a leaf. Just make that nice there, and then that's the stalk part of the leaf there, and then this line of the leaf comes around, curves like that. So there we go. There's our caterpillar on the leaf. Now what's this? What are we going to do with the E and the R? Well, what do we get from the caterpillar to the butterfly? We have the cocoon. So here we go. We're going to turn the E and the R into a cocoon. So, and then from down there like that. And then this part, is there a part of the cocoon? And then a longer bit. So what we're going to do, the cocoon is busted open. Just the butterfly we're going to draw is actually come out of it. So there we go, a few more sort of like line parts on there. And just to show that's the kind of like the inside, give that a few lines to darken it up a bit. I don't want to colour it in black because then it'll look a little bit dark and a bit wrong compared to because we've always got the dark patches on the caterpillar. All right, and a few dots just to add a little bit of texture. And it's another little bit of the leaf part that's been busted open. And then sort of like, I guess, it's the stalk part hanging down. There we go. All right, so caterpillar, cocoon, and then fly. Well, the flying part of So the Y is perfect, turns into the caterpillars. Not the caterpillar, the butterflies, feelers. Also, kind of cool little swirly ones. And now, let's give him one nice bit of an eye there, another eye, and that leaves the bottom part of the Y here. And we're going to give him the body around there like that. And that little bottom part of the Y is like his little nosy thing they have. And just making it a bit more interesting is his belly and the little underlines on his belly. And let's give him just a few feet. I don't know, maybe butterflies have 6 or something, I'm not sure, but 4 is enough for this cartoon style. Now, what's the wings? Now, we've got to turn F and L into the wings. So this curve of the F, continue it around and touch that bottom of the L and connect it up there. And then this part of the cross of the F, out, and it connects up there like that. And then the L, it's just the other wing back behind there. So what we're going to do with these parts here, well, let's just turn them into some sort of pattern. And you could do any other random pattern you like, because we've pretty much got the main shapes done. So I've got 2 loops here, and I'm just going to thicken that up, make that like that, and then a bit of a darker patch there. And let's add a few other little pattern design things here, a couple of spots, and just a hint behind on the back one. There we go. And what's missing? Well, I always like to leave the eyes last. So here's the caterpillar. He's kind of like, oh wow, you're already out of your cocoon. And the caterpillar's, yep, I'm out of here. The caterpillar, the butterfly. The butterfly says, yep, I'm out of here. So there we go. That's the word butterfly into a caterpillar cocoon and the butterfly. Cool, okay. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and let me have a comment. And remember, eat more fruit.